Accused the United States of damaging the peace and stability of the Taiwan Strait. Beijing says that it also opposes any official US-Taiwan talks. This as several former senior US officials arrived in Taipei on a trip to signal President Joe Biden's commitment to Taiwan and its democracy. Former US Senator Chris Dodd and former Deputy Secretaries of State Richard Armitage and James Steinberg arrived in Taiwan on a trip that has angered Beijing. The three arrived in an unmarked private jet that landed at Taipei International Airport. The former US officials were met off the aircraft by Taiwan's foreign minister. The top US diplomats in Taipei, Brent Christensen, was also at the airport, and the former US officials are also due to meet Taiwan President Tsai Ing-wen on Thursday. Even as the former US officials landed in Taipei, Beijing issued a warning to America. A Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson urged United States to observe the One China principle to avoid further damaging the peace and stability of the Taiwan Strait. China firmly opposes any type of official contacts between the US and Taiwan. This is China's clear and consistent position. China has already made stern representations to the US side over its sending of personnel to Taiwan. China has also urged United States to not send any mistaken signals to what Beijing calls Taiwan independence separatist forces to avoid further damaging US-China relations. We urge the US to truly observe the One China principle and the three communiques and immediately stop any type of official contact between the US and Taiwan, cautiously deal with the issues related to Taiwan and not send any mistaken signals to Taiwan independence separatist forces to avoid further damaging US-China relations and the peace and stability of the Taiwan Strait. Tensions have soared in the Taiwan Strait in recent days. On Monday, 25 Chinese Air Force jets, including fighters and nuclear-capable bombers, entered Taiwan's air defense identification zone. This was the largest such incursion reported by Taipei to date. China termed the incursion by its Air Force jets as, quote, combat drills. It is important to note that US Navy regularly conducts freedom of navigation exercises in the Taiwan Strait. Earlier, Washington issued guidelines that will enable US officials to meet more freely with officials from Taiwan. This was a step by Biden administration to show US support for Taiwan's democracy. The move angered China, which considers the territory as its own. Following the Biden administration's move, China advised America to, quote, not play with fire. Despite the standoff with Taiwan, engagement between US and CCP administration will continue on climate challenges. China's special climate envoy will meet with his US counterpart John Kerry in Shanghai this week and exchange views on a key United Nations climate conference. Kerry will seek to find common ground on climate change with China. The two will exchange views on COP26, which is the United Nations 2021 climate change conference to be held in Scotland in November. Following China's invitation, the special climate envoy for the US President John Kerry will visit China from April 14th to 17th. During this time, China's special climate envoy Zhai Zhenhua will hold meetings with Kerry in Shanghai and will exchange views on issues including US-China cooperation on climate change and the 26th United Nations Climate Change Conference.